The Fool is a story. It has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end, and there are some lessons along the way. So I'm going to tell a story about Aloha and Nuit. And we're going to start with each card along the way and to see how the cards work to create a full story and an outline and a feeling for the people that are involved. Because while the cards have their own individual meanings, the reality is when they're grouped with other cards, they give us a fuller picture. They tell us a story. So how can I start the story of Aloha and Nuit? Well, it's probably a good idea, as in the beginning of all stories, as once upon a time. There were two girls. Aloha and Nuit are opposites. Although they are at the same age and pretty much the same stage in life. We'll make Aloha blonde, representing the upright or the light, and we'll make Nuit the dark-haired girl, simply because it is the shadow side of the card. Aloha has been brought up in a home where she's been encouraged. Her parents have told her she can do anything. She's had a lot of positive influences around her life. And this makes a difference to the beginning of Aloha's journey. She gets the offer of a job. Now, she doesn't know a lot about this job because it's interstate. It looks good, it's good money, but it's still a risk. Although she has some skills, she has a lot to learn. But she's excited. So she says, yep, I'm going. She carries trust and faith with her, and she carries a lot of hope. Now, Nuit, on the other hand, has been brought up in a house where she's tended to be put down, treated like a bit of an idiot, and it just seems as though she's been surrounded by a lot of negativity. This negativity has created fear and no self-confidence in her ability to do anything. And although she knows underneath that it's time for her to leave home, the familiarity of home is a bit much of a temptation for her to take the risk to leave. This is the energy of the Fool reversed. However, what happens is she feels stifled, she can't move, and one day, by losing her temper, she throws a tantrum, and in childishness and pettiness she says, "That's it! I'm going!" And she still doesn't have a lot of possessions, and she still doesn't have a lot of wisdom, and she doesn't really think about the consequences, but she leaves. But she leaves with a negative reason and attitude rather than the upright position of the Fool, which is positive.